in our home. Do we call this a kitchen helper? Oh, that was a kitchen helper. This is a home helper, okay? Because this is all about cleaning your home. We just cleaned your floors with steam, but now we are going to clean your air. This is Therapure. This is actually the model that I own personally, and I own it for a couple of reasons. Number one, because look at how big that filter is. You have this great big filter in here, but not only is there a filter in here that's going to clean that air, but on top of that, this also has your UVC light in it. And that's what raises this up to a different level of being able to clean the air. That's why I bought it. It's a beautiful unit in your home. It's simple, it's easy to use. And today, on a weekly deal drop, $119.99. So weekly deal drop drops on Monday. This just got marked down yesterday. It lasts till Sunday, and that depends on quantity because most of our weekly deal drops, a lot of them sell out during the week because they're such a great deal, as is this one, because I know what I paid for mine. Free shipping and handling, 3 flex payments, and Linda Lide is joining us to show us how this works. I wanted more than just air purifier that just put it through a filter. I wanted a different level of cleaning, which is why for me, I had to have the UVC light.
Right, well, 3 filtrations, you know, this is a 3 filtration system. The first is you're getting a HEPA type filter, right? And you're getting a very big filter, and you can see that that's what's going to capture your pet dander, your dust, your smoke, the pollen. But let me just show you here, because really, Alice, if you're gonna clean air, you have to move the air. So let me just show you with this. Smoke is one of the smallest particulates and the hardest to get out of air, about 0.3 microns. So let me put some smoke in our chamber here. You can see this is really smoked up. And now I turn on my Therapure air, and look at this.
And I call it the Texas tornado.
Yes, this is what it's going to do in your room. Think about the movement that's gonna happen in your room. I like to think about, there's like people that are in there constantly scrubbing that air.
Look, it's crystal clear.
Look at this, and in no time. So if you have a small, like you have an office about 90 square feet, this is going to clean your air 12 times in 1 hour. A bedroom, about 120 square feet with your average maybe, it's gonna do it 9 times in 1 hour. Now think about that over the, course. If you have an open plan like I have in the kitchen and the living room area, so if 300, 400 square feet, right, 2, 3, it's gonna do it like 2.5, 3.5 times in an hour. So, don't you wanna like freshen your air? I sure do. The past few years, I've learned more about air, and I think you have, and I think we all have.
More than we care to have known about it, more than we wanted to, but it's important to know.
It's not a matter of, if I'm gonna get an air purifier, it's a matter of which one am I going to get, because we do need to clean the air. So, let me see, since you're right here on here, let me just show you how this works. So here's your on and off button, right? You get up here and see that, this turns it on. And now, this right here turns it on. And you can see the fins. Now this is on low, and I can bring the speed up. 2 fins is medium, and 3 fins is high. Even on high, listen to how nice that is. Now, I'm gonna tell you, this is how I have to sleep. Listen. It's just so nice, it's so soothing. Okay, I'll bring it down to 1. I'm gonna spin around here, and this is your UV light. Notice when the UV light goes on, this shows you, right? You'll be able to see that. See that on? Right there, right? So you'll see this is showing you that this UVC bulb is on. Now I have a button that I can put negative ions in. It's a little ion inducer. Why do we want that? Because when you put negative ions in the air, the positive ions that are, the menacing ions, I should say, they attract to the negative ions. It gets heavy, they go down to the floor, or they go down to your coffee table, then you dust it, you vacuum it, and you get it out of there. So that is important. The other thing too is behind the bulb is the photocatalyst filter. Now what does that do? it actually takes the VOCs out. And that, you know, volatile organic compound. You know, when you hear volatile, you go, yikes. Well, it just only means that it's the things that are, you know, the chemicals that we put in the air. The hairspray, the nail polish, those things. See, right behind that bulb, you have that is the photocatalyst filter right there, and that's removing your hairspray, all the different all those things we're putting in the air. So a human hair, Alice, is about what, 80, 100 microns, right? And we know how thick a human hair is. Okay, you go to pollen, and that's 30 microns. We'll see the dusting on our windshield. You can still kind of see it. Household dust gets pretty small. We know what that is too. A good portion of that, about 50% of that, is dust mite poop, okay?
Yeah.
Which is awful. Okay, we have pet dander, and then we have the smoke particles, and that's why I like to show you at the smoke chamber, because it is the smallest particulate to get out of the air, right? So if you have a smoker, or you're someone like me that just burns toast a lot, I mean, there's nobody that can, for some reason, I always forget about the toast, and you wanna get that out, make sure you turn this on. What I'll do is I'll put it on high, and I get that smoke out of there. And I asked my friend the other day, I said, you please tell me, when you come into my home, do you have a smell? Do you smell anything? Is there like, you know how homes have their odor or whatever? She said, I never smell anything. It always smells neutral. And that's exactly what I want my home to smell like, unless I'm cooking a nice.
Look at that. I mean,
look at
it
this,
is crystal clear.
right?
I love this unit. This unit is in my home. I bought 2 of them, and I bought it when all the craziness started happening a few years ago.
Right.
And I bought it because it wasn't, there are a lot of air purifiers out there, great, okay? A lot of them, a lot of choices you can make. I wanted something that did not only clean the air in terms of the dust mites and everything, I wanted that UVC light in there.
Right.
And you know what? I mean, when you read about UVC, you hear a lot about it. That's why I wanted the UVC light in there. But then being able to control that UVC light, turn it on, turn it off whenever you want to. And the other great part about this, you don't have to replace the filter.
Yes.
You clean the filter. I have another one that I actually just gave away because I couldn't figure out how to replace the filter because it was a couple of years old. So I just, you know, too much trouble. All you have to do with this is vacuum it, and then you put it right back in. It tells you when the filter's dirty, you clean it, and you're good to go again. So, because I think a lot of times when you have to replace the filter, the problem with that is you use it like you're on a diet. Right?
Yeah.
It's like, well, I don't really want to have to, you know, buy another filter, so maybe I shouldn't use it all day. You put it on, you use it, and use it as much as you want, because all you have to do is just vacuum it. This is a fabulous, fabulous unit. I think you're going to love the way it looks. It's very compact. It's very sleek, but it is very smart. This is a higher end than a lot of the other ones that are out there, and 3 flex payments with the free shipping and handling. Don't miss this weekly deal drops. And just happened yesterday. We drop it down to a price that is second only to a today's special, and it ends on Sunday at midnight. So while you're sitting there maybe buttering that bagel, stop and think about what you're doing, every breath you take, and what you're putting in your body. Our homes are so closed up right now.
Well, that's right. And you know, as a carpenter and a contractor, I can tell you, you're paying top dollar for the doors, for the windows, because you want to make sure they're sealed up and buttoned up. But guess what? It also, the EPA says that inside your home, it can be 2 to 4 times more polluted than outside. And that's why, because you're trapping everything in there. The experts say we're breathing about a teaspoon of dust a day. How awful is that? Now, here's the deal. If you don't have an air purifier in your home, what's doing the work? Your sinuses, your lungs, you're trying to clean it yourself. If you have any kind of asthma, my mom had COPD, I kept this right next to her, right next to her. All I could do is try to make her life as easy as, and when you love somebody, you just want to do anything. I've noticed as I've gotten older, I seem to be allergic to a lot of things, right? And even if you're a good cleaner in your home and you're dusting and you're vacuuming, it's really kind of not enough because we're still putting more pollutants in the air. My dog comes in, he comes right in. He's bringing what, pollen? He's bringing whatever it is that's on him that's outside into my home. If I'm using hairspray, if I'm using nail polish, even just the carpet and the drapes, they start to emit VOCs, right, into the air. You want to make sure you clean them out. Look at this. Look how much this takes out. So you're going to be able to get the pollen, the pet dander, and smoke, which is 0.3 microns, and anything else that's 0.3 microns, right? And seeing is believing. This is what I love. 3 filtration system, right?
But if you would talk too about the UVC light.
Okay, so here's
this is one thing, like being able to clean this.
Yes.
You know, but then one of the other features that is so different from your other models is they don't all have a UVC light.
Right.
And that's so important to me personally. And the fact that I can just vacuum that filter and never have to, I don't have to keep replacing the filter, because boy, that can add up so much.
Well, it's true. And this is the filter, okay? So notice that the filter, it is pleated. Now, if you were to take these pleats out, you'd have a lot of real estate, right? So the pleats come in and it is hemispheric, which means it is on an arc there. And that widens it up. This gives you a lot of real estate, a lot of areas to really capture the dander, the pollen, the dust, all of that smoke. Behind that, look how long this bulb is. Look how, it's not just one of those little bulbs. This bulb is really long. What does UVC bulb do? Okay, first of all, they tested it on the, some really tough bacteria, the E. coli, the staph, right? And it killed 99.9%. So you want to eliminate that bacteria that's in the air. Also, because this is a permanent type filter, and when it gets dirty, it is going to patina like this. Don't worry about that. You're just going to vacuum it up. There will be a light that says filter clean. You don't have to set your alarm on your phone about that, but it will patina over time. And it's just like getting tea stain on your t-shirt. It still covers you up and it's fine.
To your point earlier, look at how it has captured all of those pollutants right in, all the way in side of each one of these folds. That's why you're getting so much real estate here, as you like to put it.
Right.
So it really is filtering the air. That's why it cleans that smoke chamber so fast in a matter of seconds. This is a great air purifier. There's a lot of them out there. Do the research on them, do the math on them. For this price, for this weekly deal drop, this is a great buy on something that we have sold for a long time, one of our best sellers for sure.
Right.
But I've owned mine now for, I think, 3 years, easily 3 years. And you know, again, I've never replaced a filter, never done anything. I run it as much as I want because I don't have to worry about replacing the filter. I love that it has a UVC light. I love that mine is elevated. It takes the way it cleans the air to a different level than most of your air purifiers.
Yeah, so let me let this warm up for a minute and then I'll show you again on this. But you're absolutely right. This is about 10 pounds, just so you know. You have a little handle in the back here. You can pick it up. It takes...
I took mine to the boat because when you're on a boat with people, especially in an enclosed space, you know, it's really tight. That's the first thing I did was put one on the boat so that, because I just take it from my house to the boat and then took it back. It's so lightweight.
And I took it to my Airbnbs over the summer because I don't know what's in there. I don't know who's in there. I don't know how many animals have been in there. Okay, now this is ready. The smoke is ready, and you can see. If you want to clean your air, you better get an air purifier that moves it. Now look at this. This is just whirling. So think about in your bedroom. If you have a bedroom and it's a 10 by, 10 by 20 square feet, it's gonna, this is in 1 hour, it'll clean it 9 times.
It's amazing.
9 times, right? A big open plan is gonna do it 2.5 to 3.5 times in an hour. So I'm talking about hours, right? Not just the whole day. So you're just trying to eliminate all those things that are irritating you.
Every time you open the door, you know, you let in that fresh air. Every time that air conditioner's pulling, or heater's pulling in things. Right. And you're continually cleaning it because you have the Therapure. I think you're gonna love this unit. I know I do. Like I said, I've owned it for several years. Love it. But the weekly deal drop, this is the day you own it, okay? Because it is the best price that we do.
Right, and you have a timer too.
Yeah.
You can set it up to 24 hours to turn it off, so
I never stop it.
I never do either.
Yeah.
Mine's on medium all the time.
All the time.
Yep.
All the time. Because
right.
again, I don't have to keep replacing that filter.
Yep.
Thank you, Linda
Thank
Lyday.
you.
Love this particular unit myself.
Must
all right?
have.
So, coming up, we've got some other great things we're going to be sharing with you. I'm headed outdoors because